Okay, so I myself Ram Karthapandian. I'm an head architect in Civisoft Incorporated. We are providing some of the automation platform enablement for all over the world and the customers. We are mainly focusing on automation, accountability, and analytics. Yeah, someone is not talking. Please go on mute. So, in the interest of time, right? Like we will have a separate question and answer session. So, like, please go on mute if you are not talking anything to me. Yeah. So
Mr.
we have our.
Bharat Kumar, he has not muted the mic. He is the only person who has not muted the mic. So please,
So I mean, we are having a platform called the Service DX. Here with this particular session, I'm going to talk about some of the technologies we are doing to build up the platform to help the pandemic situation. So our application is called the Service DX, and also we are having SDX COVID mobile app, so which we are going to see in detail in this particular webinar. So it's kind of a walkthrough, not completely on technical side, and also the domain as well. I'll provide so much of knowledge which I can able to do within this 1 hour. So just in case you are not able to understand, please raise your hands, or we can discuss that particular thing in a question and answer session as well. So this particular platform is being used worldwide. We are having our main operations in India, USA, Jamaica, Trinidad, and Egypt as well. So our main goal is to automate everything in your industry or in your account. So this is our platform. So a simple word about us, we are mainly working on digitalizing the services to provide the customer to have enhanced experience. And we are mainly leveraging that IoT capabilities, mobility, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. And the domain so far we are on is on IT alerting, developer operations, healthcare, manufacturing with the Industry 4.0 spec, and also facilities management. So our main office in Jersey City in New Jersey, USA. We are Civisoft Inc. there, and we are having development offices in India, in IITM Madras, and we are having our operations in Jamaica and Brittany as well. So we started our journey in 2005, and it's been so long years with very way and a very happy way to help all the customers. So this is about me. I myself Ram Karthapandian. I'm a head architect and developer in Civisoft Incorporated. I'm taking all the application deliverables and platform designing and platform architecturing. I'm associated with Civisoft for more than 5 years, and totally I have around 15.5 years of experience in IT industry. My main goal is involving in designing that very big level architecture and leading the development for large scale enterprise platforms. So the ultimate goal we are doing is creating a robust, stable, solid, and highly scalable applications for any number of people or any number of employees or customers. And we are creating a global platform and also in-house solutions for the customer as well. So I've been involved in notification and messaging domains, telecom, healthcare, e-commerce, and banking. I was working as an architect in a leading bank in USA for almost 7 years, and I joined Civisoft here. And my main focus on is architecting and developing the scalable and robust applications, which can able to enhance that digitalization operational scopes for the customers. So here I have given my technology stack, which very few I have mentioned here. My primary platform is on Java and J2EE. We have used RESTful and microservices in and out, and we are using the cloud computing a lot, whereas AWS, Docker, and Kubernetes are talking about. And we have created a lot of runtime scripts, which is called Groovy and Scala. So those can be used effectively to make your application very flexibility, and you can able to customize your application on the runtime. So on top of it, we are using Kafka, Esper, Javas, and so technologies. So once you see this, if you have any doubts related to any of this particular technology or technology, also I can able to assist you, but maybe not with this particular session. So you can contact me, or you can get my contact through the hostess, And just in case of any technical advancements you wanted to know, you can always discuss with me. Okay, let's get to the problems. So the current problem statement is right. We all aware of what is the COVID virus did to that world. So currently, the whole world is going on a great pandemic situation. So as a contributor to the society and having a scalable and very strong platform in our back. So what is the best we can able to do for this particular situation? That's what we tried. And here we are going to see some of the technology specifically to what is our platform that used to be called as Service DX, also known as SDX. There's a platform technology overview we are going to see, and also that features what we are having around that particular application. It is very dynamic, highly scalable, and also it is can be globalized. Around that, we will be seeing some of the solutions we built for healthcare, as this particular pandemic situation is related to healthcare. So I thought of showing some more slides which are specifically related to the healthcare and also telemedicine related aspects, and what is obviously what is that mobile application we did for COVID scenario. So this is the one you are describing about the problem statement. This is it's got from CDC, and also World Health Organization also is providing the same kind of surveillance response to COVID-19. So what we are talking about is the public health surveillance, how important it is to developing a platform and also in a framework on a mobile application to handle this particular situation. So the public health surveillance is the ongoing. It's a systematic collection and do the analysis, and also it will do interpretation on top of the healthcare related data. What would be very essential to meet this particular situation and plan this particular situation effectively, and also implementing our plan, and also to evaluate the public or your employees' health practices. So that's our main goal. And obviously, we are talking about the health-related data. Then the immediate question will rise is how secure it is. So we are giving the ability to encrypt all of your data, and also it will be completely under the control of the host. Maybe we are deploying it for some of the government over here. The government will be taking all the authority to holding the data. As a platform provider, we will not be interfere, or we will not try to manipulate any of the data. It's all in the same hands. So if we are deploying this particular application for a corporate, the corporate will be having the control of the data, which they are also having some of the guidelines which is provided by the government, and it is all applicable to the rule. So the main aspects for the public healthcare surveillance, right? It's all to monitor how the intensity of this COVID.
Excuse me, Ram, please. Your presentation is not visible. Please check it, please.
Okay, sure.
அவர் தான் பண்ணி இருக்கான்னு கேளு, காசு எடுத்துக்காரு எவ்வளோன்னு கேளு, கேட்டு எவ்வளோன்னு கேட்டுவான், ஒன்று வாங்கிட்டு வா.
So now you are able to see? Sana, the screen is visible?
Yes, maybe.
Okay, just in case if you're not seeing, please let me know. Maybe it has the problem with Google Meet, I could. So just in case if you're not seeing, stop me immediately.
Sure, sir.
Okay. So here, we are talking about the public health surveillance. So here, we wanted to talk about how this particular COVID is getting spread and how much it is intense, and how we can able to track it. So that is the main goal, and to understand the severity of this particular impact, to understand what are the risk factors is involved with this particular disease, and how this particular cause is creating that impact in that global market. To estimate what is the disease burden, to produce the data for forecasting COVID-19 spread and impact. To understand how COVID-19 is impact the capacity. I mean, not only for the US, it can be globally, it will be applicable to every country, every corporate, every organization. So the main goal of this particular platform creation and the mobile app creation, right? It is for to help the public or your employees or your concerned people. The health surveillance need to be enabled, and you need to see how they are doing and how they are recovering, and it is not spreading across. Okay, so some of the technical things like I wanted to talk about this particular application platform specification. Hope you are able to see the screen, which is called the technology. So here I'm presenting application platform, which is Service DX. It's having a web GUI interface, and it's on a platform to give you the ability of controlling the flows. And we are having microservices, and we hosted in our AWS. That is nothing but Amazon Web Services cloud servicing. And we are having our IoT wrapper or IoT domain wrapper is running on top of our Service DX. And then I'll throw some of the technical knowledge about mobile platform which we built for SDX COVID. So hope you all able to see the Service DX web platform slide. So now the screen is visible, right?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay, sure. So the Service DX platform, which I'm talking about, it will be giving you some of the technical information, which is relying on that particular domain or the platform. So it is highly scalable, as I said already, and it is highly secure, and it can be deployed on cloud, and also it can be deployed on a bare metal server for your premises or for your corporate, and it will be very robust in terms of using the latest technologies. So it's having an inbuilt module of user management, so you can able to onboard all of your users. It can be from the corporate perspective, or it can be a government perspective. Then the user management will automatically change to people of the nation or people of the state. And if it is an organization, you will be having your own employees, and it's having that tight integration with the mobile app. So whatever you are doing on the platform, it can be replicated in the mobile app as well. So when we are talking about automation and the complete flow control, right? Then obviously it will be based on the events. So whenever some users are logging, whenever some users are submitting their healthcare records, so it's all comes as an event to our platform. So our application is having a very strong event correlation system in the backend. So it will be doing that event consolidation, and also it can be able to distribute the information. Okay, let's say one particular event has happened. On a trailer or a follow-up, what I wanted to do. So the system or the platform will automatically do that alert notifications. Our application is mainly working on the information or the information exchange or notification platform. So this will be having the ability of sending the alert when such kind of events will happen. So let's say you are an employee of your company, and you wanted to submit your healthcare records, which will be converted as an event, and it will be shared to your immediate reporting authorities of the organization. They will be getting notified when you are submitting your healthcare records. They can able to go and validate by using the specialist people for it. And just in case if they wanted to some of the aspects in your report need to be paid more attention. In that particular case, that app will be triggering the events, triggering the notifications to the so and so specific persons to take care of your health. And also it will be giving the information to the top level hierarchy, and informing so and so resources going under so and so risk situations. And the application is built with a real-time dashboard. So whatever the things are happening around in and around of your application can be seen in the near real time. Maybe it will be having the differences in milliseconds or microseconds, but it is almost real time. That's the reason I call it as near real time. And this application is already having a calendar ability, so that you can able to schedule some of the meeting or schedule some of the event to against a specific person or against a specific activity. And as I said, when it is triggering the notifications to your top level hierarchy or to you also, when you are not acknowledging or acknowledging that particular message, say that I just seen this and I'll be taking care of it. Let's say you are an employee, you are submitting your healthcare report, and it need to be immediately attended by a doctor or a physician. Just in case if he is not available, the information will be automatically passed to that the immediate higher authorities, who can able to pay that attention immediately. So none of the places this particular the flow is getting stalled up. It will always like emerge. It's always like robust, and it will be always reaching the right persons, and it will be informing like all the interested parties. And top of it, like we have reporting and AI analytics. The artificial intelligence will be like giving you an aspect how this particular thing will be is going to be in the future. So some of the best practices we are doing as of now to like build the artificial intelligence on top of it to help the COVID pandemic situation. And our application is like mainly having a big backbone called the rules and subscription. The rules are like mainly it is highly like runtime compatible. So you can able to like define if some of the customers or some of the patients or some of your employees submitting they are having a temperature in their body above like 105. So just in case if anybody submitting 105 with a fever rate, right, 105 like Fahrenheit, then it has to be like immediately like brought to that concern. Than other events say that like other employees also submitting their healthcare records. If it is like doing quite good, it is fine. But just in case a few of the employees are having high fever, so what our application will do is it's giving you an ability to like create a rule based on so and so metrics. Say that like if anybody submitting the records, if they are having fever more than like 104, immediately like bring this particular thing to attention of like highly available medical crew. So if just in case like anyone is going through the tough situation, say that they are having a very headache and like they already have a lot of body issues and their ailments and their fever is like not getting controlled, it will automatically like alert the specific concerned medical crew. And you can able to like have the control over like what kind of messages are flowing through our application. And if you want to like enable the suppression, you can do that. So here the technologies we are using is completely the services are like hosted in AWS, and rules and engines and all we are using some of the type scripted languages which can be able to like control the flow in the runtime. So you wanted to like change the rule in the runtime, say that let's say like I have the fever limit as like 104 to like have an immediate report. You can obviously like change that to like 102 or 106 in the runtime as well. So the changes will be like taken immediately, and the application will like start honoring the incoming request with that particular metrics. So I'll be like moving on to our components overview. So this is how like we used to like deploy our application. It could be like hosted in web services as in Amazon, and also it can be able to like deploy in your on premises itself. Let's say like you are having a big medical institution or college or university, whatsoever it is, you wanted to like monitor your own employees and your own students. We will be like deploying our application and also deploying our platform in and the alignment for all the equipments. Then the particular applications can be like customized for your own usability. And we will be like continuously like monitoring the particular application health, and we will be giving you the periodic updates as well. So we are using in the technical terms, we are using Spring Boot as a big technology nowadays, and we are using a lot of container technologies. And our application is having the admin services, syncing services, subscription and sender services as well as separate clusters. So they are all the separate units which will be like doing their work, but the whole execution of the work, right? It will be like controlled by the Kubernetes. Kubernetes is yeah.
Sir, voice is not audible for most of the participants.
Okay, so I'm very close to my system also. Like now I'm audible better, or still need to be like information.
For me, you are very audible, is good, but most of the participants are posting it. Not clear, voice is not clear, that they are posting their messages. That's why I.
Okay, okay. So I'll just try to like keep very close concern to my mic, but just in case like you are having any troubles, right? Like this particular thing is getting recorded also, so you can be able to like take a reference on that.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So just in case, like if I'm not completely audible to everyone, like please raise your hands on it. Okay, let me continue because like, we have very less time. We are like having the AWS services hosted, and it is highly controllable by Kubernetes, which can able to like control and orchestrating all the information, which can able to pass through each and every of our let's say like you are an admin and you want to like configure some of the application properties or how the application need to behave. You wanted to like control the behavior of the application. All the information like will comes under admin services, and the events and the correlations, all the informations will be like happening at the sync services. And when it has to be like enable a rule and the filter mechanism says that like these are all my metrics I wanted to read, and based on that I wanted to like create a rule. So all these things will be like running in the subscription services, and when we need to notify the specific concerned team or persons, the center service obviously will come into place. And each and every of this particular APIs is controlled by the gateway, so it is highly secure. And we have a separate configuration server which can able to like give you the runtime controlling ability of the application behavior. So this is like the whole of our components overview, and we have like very tight monitoring systems which are enabled on the platform in terms of like CloudWatch and CloudTrail, and we are having a file system called S3, and we are using like correlation engines as well. So generally the flow will be like when some of the application events are happening, it will be always like come to the sync services, and the Kafka will be like Kafka is a message distributor. It's a very highly scalable messaging platform available nowadays. So Kafka will be like so we have like Grafana and some of the monitoring tools is enabled, which will be always like taking care of your application, how it is like work. Maybe like the application is going under some of the stress, or the login load is more, or the user accessibility like more load is more. All terms of like local operations specific to that application will be like controlled through Grafana. And ELK is the one like we are using for enabling the logging. So whatever the in and out operations are happening at the application side, right? Everything is getting logged for your future references. And we are using ELK. So that's a big technology available nowadays to like to enable a centralized logging for your any application. So let's not like spend much time on this particular technology. So just in case you have any technical doubts, you can always like reach me through the host. I can able to like help you with that. So this is the one another application like we built for healthcare. So just to simply like providing a background to you, right? We are having a healthcare application which is running in our SDX platform, which you can able to connect some of your personal healthcare devices, and we can able to like read your metrics, and we can able to create some of the dashboarding, and also like some rules based on like how you are really doing. So this is my Fitbit application. I have a Fitbit devices, so and I connected the Fitbit device to my application, and we are reading like all the required data which is like specific to your healthcare. Say that like how much like walk goal you are having for in a day, and how much you really achieved, and what is the percentage equivalent for it. And the similar set of things for like other metrics like sleep, calories you burnt, and like the floors you went up, and what is your current heart rate, and what are the physical activity like you do for the specific day. And just in case like if you are using this particular aspect in a hospital, so and we can able to like monitor really the particular patient is on bed, and what is the room temperature, and what is the humidity. These informations and all like we used to collect from the IoT devices like Fitbit, or you'll be like having a room monitoring system which could be in a camera, or which could be in a humidity reader, or which should be in a temperature reader, right? We will be connecting with all the IoT devices, and we can able to like get the real-time data, and we can able to like build the sophisticated, highly available dashboard for you to like see every information about you. So this is one just a simple example like how we are using utilizing the IoT capabilities in our application to help the healthcare industry. Okay, let's move on to the core hot topic now. That is talking about the SDX COVID mobile app. So far I talked about the SDX platform, which is running in the back end, and this particular application can be given to you as in a front end. So likewise, you are using your Gmail services. You will be having a Gmail app which is running in your mobile app, and you will be having all of your emails, all of your schedules, all of your appointments, everything related to your Google account is somewhere running in a Google server, right? So the similar situation we here, you are going to use an application, or you are going to see that application, but all the informations you are entering or you are seeing in this particular application will be highly available in our SGX platform. Okay. Any doubts so far? Okay, let me move. What are the features we are enabling this particular SGX COVID application? So it's have your employees or your concerned people to enable the self-reporting for them. And the main important thing is we are enabling contact tracing. The contact tracing is going to be a very important feature in this pandemic situation. Let's say I gone under some of the symptoms of COVID, and who all are the people I met so far. Okay, so I can able to enable my contact tracing, say that I met so and so people and so dates. So it will be very, very useful for the organization, for all the government to control the particular COVID, how it is getting spread. So the intensity of the spreading COVID rate that can be able to highly controllable by using the contact tracing. Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. I'm not able to see the screen.
Let me stop my sharing, and I can bring it once again. Thank you for bringing this to my notice.
Sir, actually it is visible. You have to click the chat window. Finish up chat window and click on it. You can see the screen.
Okay, so ma'am, your voice is breaking for me, so I just try to understand it. So now you are able to see see my screen.
Yes, sir.
So when I launched this presentation mode, also you are able to see this.
For me, it is visible. Actually, they have to click on the CiviSoft name on the right-hand side of the screen.
This one.
Now it is visible.
So now
Okay.
it's okay. Now it's okay.
Okay, cool. Yeah, thank you. So when you are able to see the SGX COVID mobile app screen.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
it's visible, sir.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So the main feature we are enabling with the SGX COVID app, right? It is all the contact tracing is the main important feature we are going to talk about, and it's having the monitoring ability, which can able to tell you how many how you are being quarantined, and you need to be isolated, and how your recovery is being done. So this is completely on surveillance of the particular patient or a customer or a user. And we are having a management dashboard which can able to give you the real-time ability, and it can able to give you the charts, and you can completely see how your organization or how your personal health is doing. And also we are enabling the user community with public healthcare organization, hospitals and corporates. So anybody can use our services, and they can able to use the most of the features available in this COVID app to enable the contact tracing and self-reporting on their concerned people. Okay, so I just wanted to do a live demo of the mobile COVID application. So let me connect to my system, and I can able to bring my mobile on board. So once I'm bringing this up, I'll also a confirmation say that every of you can see the screen, and then I can go ahead. So you are able to see my mobile desktop?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. So I'm just bringing my visor, and through that I'm just demonstrating my mobile. So I have installed that application in my mobile. So obviously, like I can able to show how I am using it in real time. So here I have installed the SDS COVID application. I'm just going to launch that. Okay, so this application is having a simple way to log in and log out for all the users available within the application. Okay, so currently I'm going to show you. I'm being a user. Let's say we are deploying this particular application for a corporate or for all over the country for Indian government. Okay, so all of their users are the people who can able to register with their application by using the sign up. Let's say we are giving customized this application for your corporate. Only your employees can use that. We will be enforcing all the sign up process specific to an organization by using the tenancy. So let's say I wanted to do a sign up. I can bring my registration screen. You can able to see you can enter your basic informations. And from where you are really accessing this particular application, you can able to give your live location also through GPS for the effective follow-ups. Maybe someone wanted to reach you and check your health condition. For all these information, you can enable your home location, and you can able to register yourself. So as already I registered, so I'll straight away go for the login now. So I'm in the login screen. So I'll be selecting my country as India. And my registration, my name is Ram K. So this application already having the ability to log out, and also you can able to change your password. And here you can see the main important aspect for this application called the personal profile, your personal own details, and it's having the ability of doing your quarantine status, and you can able to update your daily symptoms. And the main important features already I spoke about, right? The contact tracing. Whom and all I have been contacted so far. This is the way to control the spread of COVID, and how I can able to prevent myself. So there are some of the advices I can say. The application can give it to you. This is most of us already aware, because every now and then we are seeing how we can able to prevent ourselves from corona. And just in case you are facing any issues with the application, how you can able to contact us. Okay, that is enabled through support. I'll be walking you through the simple personal profile access now. So this is your sorry, it's my what is my email address, and my personal details like my gender and blood group. So what is my unique username, and what is my date of birth, and how much years I'm old. Sorry to expose my age details to you, and where I'm living. All the informations will be available here. And the important feature of this particular application, right? It can able to get your information in terms of symptoms. Say that. Okay, now my mobile is showing, and my mobile application is shown to you. Sorry, I got an interruption in the sharing. You are able to see my mobile now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sure.
It's visible.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So here, you can see what is the symptoms I can able to report. This is the symptoms I reported when I registered to the application. Okay, at that particular time, I registered today morning, and let's say these are the situations. I mean, these are my symptoms at that particular time. I'll show you how you can able to do it in the real time. Before that, I wanted to cover all other tabs which is available here. So this is the screen you are seeing. it will be like getting more additional ailments from you. Say that like you are feeling yourself as a headache, and you are having any chronic medical conditions, or you have any related to heart issues, and you have really any issues with your blood pressure, you are on a diabetics, and you have any anything else, other important ailments you can able to provide. On top of it, we have the way to reach your doctor or your own physician. So their information can be updated here. I mean, we don't want to expose the public, the private information about the doctor to the public. So we will be keeping the information as very minimal. Okay, so this is all about my profile. So, and just in case, I was doing very fine when I registered to this particular application, but not now. Maybe I am going through some of the problems. Say that my fever is getting increased. So obviously you can able to go to your daily symptoms. So these are all the daily symptoms I have submitted so far to the application. So the same thing is given to your immediate reporting hierarchy. In terms of medical terms, I can able to say when you are submitting your records, it will be visible to the healthcare officer who is taking care of your health. So I'm adding one new daily symptoms report now. So I can able to see all the informations. Let's say I have a fever. Then it will be enabling a control for you how much temperature area you are having. So let's say I have 105 Fahrenheit now. So and what are the other symptoms I'm seeing? I have a dry cough and having a sore throat, and so I'm pretty much having these issues now. So once I did that, the information will be automatically passed to the healthcare officer who is going to take care of me. It's all available in the backend system. We will be either the corporate or the government will be assigning the specific healthcare officers for a specific area or specific region for the people. So if I am registering myself from Chennai Tambaram, there will be a local healthcare officers available. All the informations will be go to there. They will be validate, and they will be getting my current address details. They'll be immediately contacting me, or our application can enable the channel for them to to reach them in terms of mail, in terms of SMS, and also WhatsApp and other messaging protocols also can be used for it. Okay, and once again go into daily symptoms. I can see what is the latest record I have created here. So you can see that I just reported I have a fever and my temperature was 105 Fahrenheit. So this is the way you can able to present your details to your immediate healthcare officer or your immediate corporate officer. And the main thing I wanted to cover now is contact tracing. So hope you all able to see the contact tracing reporting screen. Okay, so here you can enable, let's say right from now on, I started showing some of the system for COVID. So just in case, if I'm going to be COVID positive, right? Who all are the guys I met so far, so that they can also be preserved. It doesn't mean that I wanted to give trouble to someone else, but it is always ensuring no other persons has been affected by you, or if they wanted to get an immediate medical attention to save themselves. That's the reason we are enabling the contact tracing. Nowadays, some of the platforms, right, with Google and Apple, they are enabling Bluetooth low energy technology to enable the contact tracing. But in the practical, it won't be much very visible to all the users. Say that already I started showing the symptoms, and I can able to say my government says that I was frequent contact with so and so person, so they can be immediately verified, and their health can be immediately checked on, and if needed they can be quarantined or isolated. So this is the model behind. Let's say we are giving this particular application and platform to a corporate. The corporate can decide this guy is started showing the symptoms, and to preserve all other employees, we need to know who all are the persons the victim has been contacted so far. So all the informations you can enable through contact tracing. Excuse me. Let's say from the morning I started showing symptoms. So now I can able to enable my contact tracing, say that whom and all I met so far. So I can able to do that right from the screen. I can enter all the details and I can able to save the details and how I was related to that particular person and where I have met them and when what is the contact date it's happened. So you can obviously look from your phone book to select some of your contacts say that you are thinking you met. So I'm selecting one person and here you can able to add and edit their mobile numbers. Okay, and you wanted to provide more information about them to have a better control of COVID and it's not going to be spread. You can give more information also about them. But anyhow, the platform is not going to use that particular data. It is all up to your data hoster. Maybe it can be a government or a corporate. They'll be decide really to use this particular information or not. Okay, here you can able to see how I am related to that particular person I'm reporting. Is my friend, or he can be my housekeeper, or he can be my family member, or in any other category. And where is the place I really met? I just met him in office, or in a home, or in any public places. And when I really contacted them, all these informations you can able to give. So this will be giving the ability to the top hierarchy. Say that some of the guys need to be followed up. So it will be giving you the ability of selecting all the required information about how you can enable the contact tracing. So now I enable my contact tracing. So right from this morning, I felt symptomatic, and who are the contacts I really met so far. All the informations you can able to give it. So when your administrators log into the mobile application or to our platform, they can able to see who are the users has been reported so far about any symptoms and what is their contact tracing, and the system will automatically trigger an event on the questionnaire to the contact tracing enabled guys. Let's say I started showing symptom and I added one of my friend. So the system will automatically trigger an SMS or it will be raising a questionnaire to the specific so and so person. Says that Ram has reported you that he met already. He met with you already, and he started showing symptoms. You are having any troubles. So just to want to ensure the contacts mentioned in the tracing they are doing good or they are also showing any symptomatic. So the application can collect the data and the administrators can view that and he can able to decide what should be do in the next step. So this is the way the application can enable to have an effective contact tracing to control the spread of COVID. Okay, so I'm just moving to prevention. So in the prevention, we are giving the best ability to you in terms of how you can how you can able to say that you can preserve yourself or prevent yourself from the COVID. It's all the known facts we already know. We should not avoid not touching your eyes, and we should always wear gloves. We have to always cover ourselves with a mask, and we need to continuously using the sanitizers. All the prevention information we wanted to give in this aspect. So this is all about the prevention. And you can see the support icon, which I can able to if I'm having any troubles with that particular application, or I wanted to promote this particular application to someone else, or I wanted to have some of the issues happening around the application and it's needed to have an immediate attention of our technical crew, or you wanted to use this suggest some other person so that your administrator can go and add them and keep monitoring their healthcare. So all the things you can use our support screen. So this is what mobile applications can do to you. So as a user, yeah. So as a user, you can able to see all the features. And for the interest of time, right now, I can able to quickly show you how a healthcare officer can see the things. Okay, I'm logging out now. I'll be logging as an healthcare officer now. Okay, so here maybe I'm an healthcare officer, who is like monitoring the Tambaram area. I'm just giving an example. So who all are the people has been reported to me. So he can able to see the list of people who all are registered with Avasar. So I myself one of them. So you can able to enable the search. You can able to see Ram K is registered and he is reporting to the healthcare officer who is around Tamara. So he can able to see what are the daily symptoms he has submitted so far. So what I have submitted from my login will be visible to the administrator or the healthcare officer, and he can able to see the recent activities. So let's say already I have enabled one of my friends contact in the contact tracing, right? So the administrator can see that in the notice board itself. Say that Ram has enabled Sendil, who is my friend, as an contact trace. So here you can able to see whatever I have done through the contact tracing is given the information to the administrator or the healthcare officer. So the similar kind of events something is displayed here, and you can able to see the lot other information about how the contact tracing can be displayed in the notice board. This notice board is not only for the contact tracing; it will be useful whenever the administrator wanted to send the whole information to the big group. So our application is having a complete technical background to enable how you can able to easily inform the team or the group about how the events are getting orchestrated, how the users are submitting their healthcare details, daily symptoms, and their prevention details, their quarantine details, and it's having more ability to say that somebody is submitted the health record with high critical events, say that the fever is 108. So immediately it can able to give an ability. You can able to the administrator can able to see that particular event, and he can able to acknowledge that, or he don't need to acknowledge that. It will be escalated to the other level. So all other informations I can able to provide in a technical meeting about our platform based on your interest. But I just wanted to show the notice board how it is looking like for an administrator. So this is what so far with the live demo of the application. I'll move back to the presentation to cover a few of the simple aspects about our rule engine. Then pretty much we are done. So any doubts regarding the mobile application, you can ask now.
Sir, excuse me. It shows the district where the patients are countrywide or.
Yeah, it can be countrywide also. Our application is hosted on the global, and only but it's available for some of the government because we are dealing with medical related data. So it is highly controllable by the government. So we are enabling, we are talking to the state governments as well, and they wanted to produce this particular thing to the public, not from directly from the Play Store or from the App Store. It's an if it is a simple application which is talking about your fitness, then I don't really need to mind much thing about deploying this particular application in a common place like Play Store or Apple Store. But as this is involved with more of your personal healthcare information, it has to be come from that corporate wise, or it has to come from the government side.
Okay, then we have to update daily our report or.
Yeah, so I mean, this is we are talking to the government, and they will be promoting, bringing this particular thing to you. Or if you are running your own concern, or you are wanted to control some of your people, and whereas you can assert yourself as a controller for their healthcare information, right? Then we can able to configure this particular application to you, and we can deliver it to you. So all of the information you can able to see in the upcoming slides that we will talk about for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So I'll switch back to that presentation now. Give me a minute. So hope you are now seeing the presentation which I'm having.
Yes, sir.
You're able to see? Okay. So here I just wanted to give the overview of how the mobile app and how the platform which and all I shown, which is interacting in the real time. So this is little technical thing I wanted to provide. Let's say here we are having or you are having the SDS COVID app in your hand. So this is having all the self-reporting, daily status, the quarantine status, all the features we already talked about, right? So when the data is getting exchanged between the servers, right, from the mobile, the SDX bus will automatically receive your information through Kafka engine, which already I explained. So when the events are getting ingested in terms of the self-reporting or your personal info or your location or in terms of symptoms or your contact tracing, all the informations will be flown through our intelligent messaging server. So that is obviously hosted on AWS, or as I said already, right? It can be able to deployed on your premises with some of the cloud technologies. So once the events are ingested in the application, our application is having the sophisticated rule engine, which can able to define some of the rules in the runtime, which can able to run on top of the informations we are getting as an event, and with some other variables. So let's say the fever is one of the use case I explained, right? So there is a variable that I'm having so and so number of so and so Fahrenheit of fever, and I have other elements like I have dry cough and all the informations, right? And also my location. So based on all these informations, you can able to define, or the healthcare officer or the administrators or the super administrator, they can able to define the rules when so and so things are happening, whom need to be notified, and what has to be done after that. Well, let's say Ram has submitted his medical record. He says that he's having 105 Fahrenheit of fever today. So what should be done next? So our application is having a policy implementation. Say that when so and so critical events are happening, go and report the information about to hierarchies. So you can able to define a policy when specific kind of events is happening within your people. You can get notified to the immediate doctor who is nearby, or the healthcare officer is assigned to that area, the healthcare personal doctors, or the human resource from a corporate perspective, or the leadership from the corporate perspective, or from the government perspective. So when such kind, I'm saying that I have been have almost 99% of COVID symptoms. So immediately the informations will be reaching the healthcare personnel or the your HR immediately, so they can able to do the further steps, and also they can start collecting your tracing. So when you are defining this kind of policy and you are assigning the people, how the informations can go through. Obviously, they can able to log into our dashboard, and they can able to see who all has been reported, and how the rule has been filtered out the data and showing me the crucial information. And obviously they can able to have the same mobile application in their mobile, and it will be pushing the notification to them. Let's say I reported myself as having 105 Fahrenheit fever. So my healthcare officer who is having the app in his mobile, that immediately show the notifications, say that hey, you go and look at your person who is reporting to you, Ram, he is having high fever. Go and take immediate attention to it. So none of the place that the information is going to get escaped. And obviously I might not see the push notification, and it's thrown as an SMS to you always. So just in case you are not paying more attention to your SMS, obviously we'll be sending the information over your mail also. And on top of it, we are working with so many other messaging protocols as of now. Likewise, you can able to say Messenger, or this Google Meet, or you can say WhatsApp. So all other integration platforms we are working on, we are bringing all those features one by one. So when mobile events are happening, in a nutshell, I can able to put for this particular slide, say that mobile events are happening, the application platform will receive the events, and it will be applying the rule or policy on top of it, and it will be taking the immediate action on top of it. It's very simple, very straightforward, very simple, and very useful, very effective workflow altogether. The everything it's all very straightforward. Only the clumsy or the confusionable area for the users might be applying rules and policy. Once you get familiar with this particular application and the platform, it will be very easy for you. So I'll be like moving to the next slide in terms of like the time interest, but we can always like have a separate session also to like discuss more detail about it. And I'll just wanted to like give an algorithmic way how our application can define the events and their severity and whom need to be like reported. Say that one event is happening. Let's say a person is like submitting his symptoms, reported without symptoms. Means like I don't have any symptomatic. Everything is normal. I don't have any fever. I don't have a dry cough. I'm doing pretty good today. So when that kind of report, that kind of daily status submission is happening, I'm saying like I'm submitting my details. I'm very good. I just want to let you know, guys. That's all. So it's kind of like the priority will obviously like falls in like just an information, and it has to like nothing to escalate the information to other parties to know the information, right? Show any symptoms. Sometimes maybe like I have a symptom but no ailment. Say that I'm symptomatic to COVID, but I don't have any big medical issues. So it means that like this guy is doing healthy, but only like he started showing some of the symptoms. It could be a regular cold also, right? So it can be a medium priority, and it will be like immediately reported to the group, which is level 1, which is very low priority. Say that like just they can able to pay attention on your dry cough alone. Let's say I'm showing the 95% of symptoms, and also like I have some of the cardiac issues, ailments, right? Then it should be like treated very highly, and it will be like go to that level 2 persons, which you are like configuring from the application side, or the government is like configuring from the application side. Okay, sometimes mainly for ladies, right? If they are pregnant and they are started showing symptoms, and also they are having the ailments, medical ailments, right? Then it is going to be like very critical. It has to reach the level 3. So the priority obviously it is going to be like critical or very high. So they will be like informed to that level 3 of group, like who is like very aggressive team, which can able to like fly, or it's kind of like a SWAT team, or it kind of flying squad kind of group. They can able to like reach the person immediately, and helping them in terms of medical requirement. So this is one in the self-reporting, and the same thing for the daily status also, right? Every day I'm submitting my status. My current submission, my current daily status submission, maybe like I did just 10 minutes before, right? If that is having any of this kind of symptoms, the similar logic is, the similar algorithm is going to like executed on top of it. So given that any time any user submitting their status with any symptoms and any ailments with any condition, it has to be like immediately go to, I mean, it has to be like immediately like brought to your immediate healthcare officer or your corporate officer notice immediately, very immediately. So these are the algorithms we are using, and some of the dashboards in our application, which I'm talking about, the Service DX, right, the platform, how the application dashboard is looking like to you. So who are so many persons, like how many persons in your department or in your area who all are being infected, who all are like reported say that I'm having an asymptomatic. So how many notification our application has sent so far. So how many of them registered in our application, they are pregnant. All these informations can be like displayed here for the administrator. And you can always like have many other chart types like blood group, symptoms based report, and what are the recent activities we have seen in that mobile application as a notice board, right? That is the recent activities. What are the recent activities happened around the application? So you can able to like view the dashboard, and you can see like a lot of other options also available, and whatever like you are seeing now is in a dashboard. So whatever like you have seen in the mobile application, the same thing is available in our application web platform also. So that is what the screen you are seeing. As we already saw that, right? I don't want to like spend more time on it now. I'll be just moving to the next slide. So this is going to be like giving you the event status. So who all are the users, or like they have completed their daily status submission. So this will be like many useful for the administrative purpose. So who all has been completed their medical assessment so far, their daily report submission so far, they enable their contact tracing or not, all the informations, and it will be like sending the notification our from our application platform. So all the events and their follow-up and the actions are like showing in this particular screen. Okay, the main important point is like the data privacy, which we already talked about. The security is at our core of our infrastructure because we don't prefer if any of the data is getting leaked to like anyone or any hackers or like any other persons, irrelevant persons. So we are completely leveraging all the AWS cloud security services to enable the high security for the application, be it from mobile and sorry. Be it from mobile or like be it from the web application, right? You will be like always having the data is highly secured and it is it is stored in the database in an encrypted way, so no other persons can able to like view them. So some of the key features like I listed here, right? The data stored in volumes which are like completely encrypted by using the key management services. And also like it is used to like follow the regular government enforced regulatory standards. So we are not using anything like we built on in-house. It's completely like approved by the Internet Federation, and which is approved by the local body and the governments as well. So all of your data is like highly secure. We are encrypting, and whenever like you are accessing your data, it's always getting decrypted at the application level, not on your personal level. So that encryption and decryption is available at the high level. So your data is like completely safe. And whenever we are sending the information over RESTful services framework to the server and bringing the information back to the client or your mobile, right? The data is completely like encrypted. And we have like automated DDoS protection. Because like we are using the shield which is deployed in front of the protection area. So any of the attackers are trying to like inject something to the application, or like they want to like manipulate some of the records, which is always like going to be like completely like avoided by using the shield. So the data you are entering and whatever the data you are entered already, your personal information registered with the application is completely like safe. And protect the web application and the APIs what we are using. It's all like completely hosted on RESTful services as web services, so it can be able to like exploited, or it can be like try to like exploit by some of the hackers, right? So we always like enable web application firewalls, which is like running in between with our shield also. So we are enabling like 3 or 4 layers to protect your data completely. So in any of this particular filter, that the hackers or like anything like it's getting injected will be like found out, and it can be like able to like kicked out immediately. So I can give you the assurance say that like we are enabling the high security level, and the data is like whatever you are sharing with us, or the sharing with the platform, not with us, sharing with the platform, which is like going to be like controlled by the government or the corporate, right? It is going to be like highly secure. Okay, now what is the next? You are interested in this particular application and you wanted to like use it for your own use, or you wanted to like enforce it for your people, right? Your own employees or what? So you can always like reach us. You can like get me contact from the hostess, Swarna and so and so respectful HODs. You can get me contact from them, or else like you can able to like reach my sales team or my technical team. I have mentioned like a few of the names here, who is Ajit, and this is his contact details, which I can able to like share to our hostess also. They can like put this particular information to you, so you can able to like get a hold of this thing, and you can able to reach these particular people to get how you can able to like get this particular application, and how you can able to start using that. Okay, I'm just enabling one particular channel to you, how you can able to reach the guys, but you can always like get into touch with Swarna and the respectful HODs which I'm mentioned, so they can able to like guide you directly to us, or you can able to like reach us directly. Okay. So I mean, I saw like many of the messages. So sorry, like I was going concentrating the slide more, right? So I didn't even like look at your messages. Apologies for it. So I just take a look at it, and most of you like expressed you wanted to like use this particular application straight away. As already explained, this is having like a lot of information about your medical and healthcare information, right? So it has to reach you from the right level of sourcing. So that's the reason I'm not enabling this at straight away available in the Play stores, which can able to like you can easily get it downloaded. So that's the reason like we restricted, and we will be like enabling this particular channel like as progress with talking with the local bodies and the governments, and also the private corporates. So I hope I can able to reach you guys very soon. But I just wanted to give you the information about how technically we have created this particular application and what is the current technology can really save and how it can able to encrypt and decrypt your data and how it can be more secure and how you can able to help the society in terms of this pandemic situation. That's all about I wanted to share with you. So you can always visit our website civisoft.com, and there you can have the options to reach us, and obviously you can get touch with the hostess also. They can able to give more information, and if any of the channel you can able to reach us, we are very happy to help you all.
Thank
So,
you, sir.
Yeah, pretty much I'm done with my presentation. So it's all we can have some questions, and also we can discuss more about this pandemic situation now.
Actually, two of the questions from the chat box. One is whether we have to update the software every day.
I didn't get that. So update the software.
Every day you have to update the details. Whether
No,
we
yeah,
have
I mean,
to update
yes, it has to be. It has to be, right? I mean, some of the places the government is coming up with in a way says that you have to submit your everyday status, and when you are started showing symptomatic, you have to always submit your data every day, 3 hours once, right?
And
So,
one more question is whether how to download this software. So you have told it already. But this.
Right. So in terms of that, this thing, right? How often you have to update the information in the app? So it is all specific to the government, or it is all specific to the corporate which is hosting this particular application to their employees or to the people, right? Say that they can able to define the rule. Every of my people, my country people or my state people or my organization people, right? Every of them should submit their health status every 3 hours once. The application will automatically start prompting the information to you. Say that, hey, you this is the time you should submit your current status, because we don't want to trouble the people, but at the same time we want to help them in terms of getting their medical status currently, to help them effectively, right? Most of the people seeing it as a kind of offensive thing, say that why you are asking my healthcare details, even though I am working for you, even though I'm a citizen of your state or country, why I have to give the information? But just think in a positive way. If you are giving your information, say that you are having any trouble, really the medical care can reach you, right? I'm seeing lot of volunteers, a lot of government employees. They are always walking on the roads in so hot summer situation. They are reaching every house, and they are really asking, sir, you are showing any symptoms, we are here to help you, right? So that is the reason we wanted to bring this particular application on a fold, say that it can able to help them in a more elegant way. They don't need to walk on the hot, and they have to reach your doorstep and ask your health status and help you in terms of medical, right? And we don't have that much of human resources also which can able to do this work. So we wanted to and everyone having a smartphone almost nowadays. So how we can able to leverage that particular possibility into a way we can able to help the society. That's the reason we came up with this particular platform and an application.
So one more question from Narayan Kirti.
Yeah.
For asymptomatic cases, what can be done as a precautionary measure by using the app?
Yeah, so I mean, we are enabling some more follow plays on top of it. Whatever I have shown you, it's almost 50%. It can able to customized for a specific requirement. Say that my government is asking me to add more ailments or add more symptoms, or you are running a medical institution and you want to give your patients with more abilities, right? The application is always compatible, and it is customized for your own use case. So any of the feature you wanted to enable in this particular app, that can be done. And once the customer or the patient or the people is enabling their details, right? What has to be done in the next in terms of reaching the right doctor? The doctor can be in touch with the customer through this app itself, which can enable some of the communication channels, and they can able to enter your medical assessments as well. diagnosis. So all these particular features also like we are enabling, and believe it or not, we just created this application within 2 weeks time. So we are enabling each and every options one by one, and all of your guidance and all of your inputs to improvise the application is always welcome.
So one more question.
Yeah.
Sir, like Aura Cassette app, we have to be on Bluetooth also with NIC, or only net is enough?
Yeah, currently I don't want to we don't want to enable all this. Guys, if you are not talking, please go on mute, please. Yeah. So, most of the current technologies for contact tracing, it is required your Bluetooth need to be enabled. There is a technology called Bluetooth Low Energy. Sorry, I'm hearing some other interruptions. Okay, I'll just go once again. So, a lot of the platforms like.
Sir, please 1 minute. Sir, Mr. Sidamar Raj, please mute your mic. Okay, thank you. Sir, you can go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So, a lot of applications are enabling. Okay, let me switch to that meeting so I can able to see the questions also lively. Okay, so they are enabling the BLE, the Bluetooth Low Energy technology, but each of you need to enable that, and then only the application exchange can happen, right? In our application, we don't use that really. It doesn't need you to enable Bluetooth, or it doesn't need to enable location all the time. So whenever you are registering through application, that time only you need to enable your location, and that too with your own consent. Really, if you want to give your current location to your immediate authority or the healthcare officer, then with your own consent, you can enable that. We never used to force you to enable any of the platform level security or platform level feature implementations like Bluetooth. Only the app is required, your internet connection.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Any questions?
So Sana, any other questions?
And one more question was whether it is when all the, what about the record? Does this record will be still maintained in the database?
Sana, your voice is breaking. I didn't get that. Can you please repeat it again? Sorry about that.
Question from Karthikeyan Krishnamurthy. What about the recovered patient? Does this record still will be maintained in the database?
No. So once all of your healthcare assessment is done, right? Your corporate or the government will be taking the immediate action, say that they are going to purge your data. So it is not defined in the application level. It is level itself. Okay. So how long the data can be available in their control? They can able to automatically delete, or we can able to schedule the application to go and archive the previous data, and it can be archived very safe manner. So we don't want to happen to see any of the data leakages happen, or unnecessarily your personal information or your medical information is saved to some other database, right? So we will be taking that periodic intervention there to ensure none of the not required data is getting saved. The application is serving all the way to remove all the unnecessary data, and also we are having the regulatory mandates which will go and purge the data in so and so time. Once this pandemic situation is over, right, then the particular application requirement will not be useful, right? In that particular time, the corporates and the government where we are giving the application, right, we will be requesting them to erase all the data, and from the application platform perspective, we will ensure that that all the data is purged, and it is we can give you the guarantee, say that it is never going to be used in for any other cases.
Okay, Iris, I hope we can round up the session. Okay, thank you, Ram. Thank you for the presentation. Any other questions?
I think it's right from 10:30 to 11:45. We crossed the grace period time. Sorry about that, really. I wanted to bring more information. That's the reason looted most of your time. But I'm extremely happy with the way you came up with the questions and shown that interest.
Yes, it is. The webinar is successful only because of that. participants. I hope so. So thank you very much for your technical and informative presentation, Ram. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And thank you very much, participants, for your active participation. The feedback link will be shared with you in WhatsApp as well as in the email. Once you fill the feedback form, you will get the certificate. Okay. So thank you once again for all
Yeah.
the participants as well as the speaker on behalf of MGR University and City Soft Solutions. Thank you, one and all.
Actually, the pleasure is mine. Seriously, the way the interaction has happened is very good, and really I was very happy I can able to address to that audience with what we have, and I know how we can able to help the society in the pandemic situation. Thank you, Swarna. Thank you all HODs who all are produced this particular.
We must thank our faculty, Mrs. Swarna, who has taken initiative, who has made this webinar happen. So thank you, Swarna, as an organizer, and thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Ram. Thank you, Ram.
Thank you all. So Sona, I'll take leave from the call now. Thank you.
Thank you, Ram. Thank you for this presentation. Thank you so much.
Very good. Yeah, thank you.